A car wreck on County Road 9. 11 p.m. Rain hammering down like God's trying to wash something terrible off the earth. Nathan Cross sees the Honda Civic wrapped around a telephone pole, hood crumpled like aluminum foil, smoke rising through the downpour. The engine still ticking hot. Fresh accident. Minutes old, maybe less. Most people would slow down, call 911, keep driving. That's the smart move, the safe move. The move that keeps you uninvolved and alive. Nathan stops. He always stops. He's been stopping his whole life. Stopped for wounded soldiers in Afghanistan when others drove past. Stopped for his wife when she collapsed during what should have been a routine pregnancy. Stopped for strangers, for animals, for anyone who needed help. It's hardwired into him now. 8 years as an Army Ranger combat medic will do that. You see someone bleeding, you stop. No matter what. He grabs his flashlight from the glove compartment, kills his engine, steps out into the storm. Rain soaks through his jacket immediately. Cold. October rain in rural Pennsylvania feels like ice water. His boots splash through puddles as he approaches the wreck. The driver's door hangs open at a twisted angle, barely attached to the frame. A woman stumbles out, clutching her side. She's wearing a cheap diner uniform, the kind with a name tag and coffee stains. Blood soaks through the polyester fabric, spreading dark and wet. She sees Nathan's headlights, sees him approaching, and something like terror crosses her face. She tries to run, makes it 3 steps before her legs give out completely. She collapses on the wet pavement like a puppet with cut strings. Nathan rushes over, drops to his knees beside her. The woman's face is white as printer paper, lips already turning blue from shock and blood loss. Mid-40s. Brown hair soaked with blood and rain, face twisted in agony. She's gasping, each breath a wet rattling sound, drowning in her own blood. "Ma'am, stay still. Don't try to move. I'm calling an ambulance." Her hand shoots out faster than he expects, grabs his jacket with surprising strength. Her fingers dig into the fabric like claws. Her eyes lock on his. Brown eyes, sharp and intelligent despite the pain, despite death reaching for her. "No." Her voice is barely above a whisper. "No police, no hospitals. Promise me." "Ma'am, you're badly hurt. You need Emma." She coughs, blood spraying across Nathan's jacket. "Ashford Academy. He'll kill her next. Promise me you'll protect Emma." "Who will? Who's gonna kill her?" "My brother." Owen. Another violent cough. More blood. "He killed me once already. This time he'll finish it. Then he'll go after Emma. She's just 15, just a kid. She doesn't know what he's capable of, doesn't know what's coming." Nathan's 8 years as a combat medic kick in automatically. His hands move without conscious thought, checking her pulse at the carotid. Weak, thready, racing too fast, which means shock. He checks her breathing. Shallow, wet, possibly punctured lung. He does a quick visual assessment of her injuries. This is bad, really bad. Broken ribs on the left side. He can see the unnatural contours through her uniform. Deep laceration below the rib cage, blood pumping out steadily. Massive bruising across her abdomen that suggests internal bleeding. She's got minutes, not hours. Maybe not even minutes. "I need to get you help. You're in critical condition. He owns them." Her grip tightens impossibly. "Owns everyone. Police, hospitals, judges. You take me there, I'm dead in an hour. But Emma," her voice breaks. "Please, she's all I have left. All that matters. Don't let him kill her too." Nathan looks at this dying woman and sees something that cuts through all his careful distance, all his walls, all his determination to stay uninvolved in other people's problems. He sees desperation. Real desperation. The kind that comes from knowing death is reaching for you and you can't stop it, but you're still fighting for someone else. He saw it in Afghanistan. In soldiers bleeding out in the sand while mortars fell around them, whispering the names of wives and children and parents. In his wife's eyes during those final moments in the delivery room when she was hemorrhaging and he was a husband instead of a medic and completely, utterly helpless. Real fear, real love, real death coming fast. This woman isn't lying. Whatever's happening, whatever conspiracy she's caught in, it's real. And so is her terror for her daughter. Nathan makes his decision. The decision that will blow his quiet, careful, controlled life into a million pieces. I'll protect Emma. I swear it. But first, I'm keeping you alive. Deal? Relief floods her face. Deal. Nathan pulls out his phone with one hand, keeping pressure on her worst wound with the other. Dials 911. The operator answers on the first ring. 911, what's your emergency? Car accident, County Road 9, mile marker 47, single vehicle wrapped around a telephone pole. One victim, female, approximately mid-40s. Critical condition, severe trauma, multiple injuries. I need an ambulance immediately. Sir, help is on the way. Can you tell me about the victim's condition? Possible internal bleeding, broken ribs, respiratory distress. She's conscious but deteriorating rapidly. Pulse is weak and thready. Breathing is labored and wet. She needs advanced life support. Are you medical personnel, sir? Nathan hesitates for half a second. I have training. Former military. Good. Stay with her. Keep her warm if possible. Ambulance is 8 minutes out. Stay on the line. Nathan sets the phone down on speaker mode. He looks at the woman more carefully now, really assessing everything. And that's when things start feeling wrong. He moves fast, opening her uniform to get better access to her injuries. But as he does, he notices things. Details. The kind of details a combat medic learns to spot because they can mean the difference between treating a real casualty and walking into an ambush. The pattern of her injuries is all wrong. Blunt force trauma concentrated on the left side of her body. Impact marks that don't match the visible damage to the car. He glances at the wreck. The steering wheel is barely bent. The airbag didn't deploy. He can see it hanging limp from the steering wheel. The windshield has minimal starring. Nothing consistent with a high-speed impact. Someone disabled that airbag. This wasn't an accident. This was staged. He checks her hands under his flashlight beam. No calluses from carrying heavy trays of food. No grease under the nails from working around kitchens. No burns on the forearms from reaching into hot ovens or past hot plates. The nails are manicured beneath the blood and dirt. Professional work, expensive work. He looks closer at the uniform. The fabric is wrong. Too thin. Costume quality polyester, not the heavy-duty, stain-resistant stuff real diners use. The stitching on the name tag is sloppy, uneven. The tag itself says Linda, but it's crooked, recently attached with pins instead of sewn on properly. This woman isn't a waitress. This is a disguise. A costume. She's running from something or someone. And that someone has enough resources to stage an elaborate car accident, beat her half to death, and make it look convincing. Nathan's instincts, the ones that kept him alive through 3 tours in Afghanistan, start screaming warnings. Sirens approach through the rain, getting closer. Nathan keeps working, using his jacket to apply pressure to the worst wounds, keeping her neck stable, doing everything he can with no equipment and no backup. 2 ambulances arrive. That's the first red flag. County EMS only sends backup units for mass casualties, multiple victims, or VIP situations. For a single car accident on an empty road at 11 p.m., 1 ambulance should be plenty. 2 means someone called this in as something more than a simple accident. 3 men in paramedic uniforms jump from the first ambulance. They move toward the scene with practiced efficiency. Too practiced, too coordinated. Nathan served with enough actual medics to know what proper emergency response looks like. This isn't quite right. They're moving like a military unit, like soldiers, not like civilian paramedics responding to a random car wreck. Sir, step back. We'll take over from here. Nathan moves aside but keeps watching. Can't help it. Old habits. Always watch, always assess, always be ready. The lead paramedic kneels beside the woman, starts checking vitals. But his hands aren't right. He's not maintaining proper cervical spine precautions even though this is clearly a motor vehicle accident. Not checking her airway properly. Not applying pressure to the obvious, life-threatening bleeding. He's going through motions, touching the right places, but not actually treating her. Like an actor playing a medic instead of the real thing. The second paramedic walks to the ambulance, pulls out his phone, makes a call. He's standing maybe 20 feet from Nathan, thinks he's out of earshot. But Nathan's ears are good. Combat good. He hears the man's voice carried on the wind between the rain. Target acquired. Still breathing, awaiting instructions. Not patient, not victim. Target Nathan's blood turns cold. The lead paramedic returns to the ambulance, comes back with an IV setup, starts a line in the woman's arm. Nathan's 8 years as a Ranger medic tells him something's fundamentally wrong with that IV. The bag's too dark for normal saline, the tubing's different from standard medical equipment, and the paramedic's technique is wrong. He's not actually securing the line properly, like he doesn't expect it to need to stay in long. That's not treatment. That's execution dressed up as medical care. Nathan's phone buzzes in his pocket. Text from his sister Karen. Lily's asleep. Everything okay? You sound stressed. Love you. His daughter, 9 years old, safe at his sister's house, sleeping peacefully in her pajamas with her stuffed rabbit. No idea her father's standing in the rain watching someone stage a murder. Nathan types back with one hand. All good. Work stuff. Home tomorrow. Kiss her for me. He deletes the message thread immediately. Old Ranger habits. Leave no trail. The paramedics load the woman onto the stretcher. No neck brace. No proper spinal immobilization despite obvious trauma. No oxygen despite her clear respiratory distress. They're not treating her like a patient who needs to survive the transport. They're treating her like a body that just needs to disappear quietly. The ambulance starts to pull away. Nathan watches it go. Watches these fake paramedics drive away with a dying woman who begged him to protect her daughter. He thinks about Lily, about doing the right thing, about staying uninvolved and safe and keeping his head down like he's been doing for 6 years since his wife died. He thinks about a 15-year-old girl named Emma who has no idea her mother's alive and being murdered right now. Nathan makes his decision in half a heartbeat. He jumps in his truck, floors the accelerator, and cuts the ambulance off completely. Blocks both lanes, no way around. The ambulance stops hard, tires squealing. The horn blares. The driver's door flies open. A man in paramedic uniform gets out, face red with manufactured anger. What the hell are you doing? Move your vehicle right now. Where are you taking her? County General, standard protocol. Now move your vehicle or I'm calling the sheriff. Then call him. I'll wait right here. The driver's hand moves toward his radio. Nathan's already moving. 3 seconds later, the driver's face down on the wet pavement. Nathan's knee between his shoulder blades. The man's arm twisted at an angle that makes resistance impossible. Stay down. This doesn't have to get worse for you. The other 2 paramedics come around the ambulance fast. They're professionals. Nathan can tell by how they move, how they position themselves, how they communicate with just eye contact. One reaches under his jacket. Nathan sees the bulge clearly. Hip holster. Glock, probably. Paramedics don't carry Glocks. Not in this county. Not in any county Nathan knows. I wouldn't do that. Nathan's voice has changed completely. No longer civilian. No longer the quiet single dad who works security at a warehouse. This is the voice he used in Helmand Province at 3 a.m., clearing compounds full of insurgents, facing down men who thought they were the scariest thing in the room until they met him. Command voice. The voice that makes people reconsider their life choices. Hands where I can see them. Both of you, nice and slow. Don't make me repeat myself. They comply. Slowly, weighing their options, calculating whether they can take him. Nathan watches their eyes, reads their body language. They're professionals. Trained, disciplined, former military, probably. But they weren't expecting resistance from a random civilian on a dark road in the middle of nowhere. On your knees, hands behind your heads. Interlace your fingers. They kneel. Nathan zip-ties them with the heavy-duty restraints he keeps in his truck from his security job. Not standard issue for warehouse security, but old Ranger habits die hard. He pats them down methodically. 2 Glock 19, professional hardware, 17-round magazines, suppressors in their pockets ready to be attached. He checks their IDs and badges. Excellent fakes, the kind that cost serious money, but the serial numbers don't match any legitimate agency codes. Nathan memorized those codes in Ranger school. They're burned into his brain. He opens the ambulance. The woman is barely breathing, dying. He checks the IV bag carefully, uses his flashlight to read the label. His medical training tells him exactly what he's looking at. Potassium chloride, high concentration. Enough to stop her heart in minutes and make it look like she died from her injuries. clean, professional, untraceable without a very specific autopsy that these fake paramedics would make sure never happened. Military-grade execution disguised as emergency medicine. Nathan disconnects the IV immediately, checks the woman's pupils with his flashlight. Unresponsive. Fading fast. He's got minutes to save her. Maybe less. He lifts her from the stretcher as carefully as he can, carries her to his truck. She weighs almost nothing in his arms. Dying people always feel lighter somehow, like death is already carrying them away and there's less of them left to hold. He lays her across the back seat of his extended cab, applies fresh pressure to the wounds with his jacket. She's unconscious now, barely breathing. He needs to move fast. His phone rings. Unknown number. He almost doesn't answer, but something makes him pick up. Mr. Cross. A man's voice. Smooth, educated, cold as winter ice on a frozen lake. I believe you have something that belongs to me. Nathan doesn't answer immediately. His mind races. How do they know his name already? I think you have the wrong number. Nathan Cross, former Army Ranger, 75th Regiment. My team ran your plates the moment you arrived. We know you're employed as night security at Riverside Warehouse. We know you have a daughter, Lily, age 9, and we know she's currently staying with your sister Karen at 447 Maple Street. We have a team 5 minutes from that house right now. Nathan's blood turns to ice. Everything stops. The rain. His heartbeat. The world. They know about Lily. They know where she is. They know details only family would know. If you're trying to scare me, I'm not trying anything, Mr. Cross. I'm simply informing you of reality. Return what you took from my employees, and your daughter continues having a father. Keep interfering in matters that don't concern you, and Lily Cross becomes an orphan. You have 30 seconds to decide. Starting now. Nathan looks at the dying woman in his back seat. Looks at his phone. Thinks about Lily sleeping peacefully at Karen's house, completely unaware that her entire future is being decided right now on a rainy road. Who are you? Someone who doesn't make threats, Mr. Cross. Only promises. You have 20 seconds left. Nathan's mind races through options. He could comply. Hand over the woman. Walk away, keep his head down, stay safe, protect Lily by staying uninvolved. But he knows how this works. He's seen it before. In Afghanistan, in Iraq, with warlords and insurgents and men who think power means they can do anything to anyone. If he backs down now, they own him. They'll use Lily as leverage forever. And they'll kill this woman and her daughter Emma and anyone else who gets in their way. Sometimes the only way to protect the people you love is to fight the monsters hunting them. You want her back? Nathan's voice is steel. Come get her yourself. I'll be waiting. He hangs up, starts driving, not to a hospital, not to police, not to anyone official. If these people found him this fast, if they know details about Lily that nobody should know, then they have serious resources, law enforcement connections, maybe federal, definitely dangerous. Nathan drives to the only place he knows they won't immediately look, the only place where he has home field advantage and supplies and the ability to think. Home. The house is dark when he pulls into the driveway. Empty. Lily's safe across town with Karen. Thank God for that. He can't imagine bringing this into a house where his daughter's sleeping. Nathan carries the woman inside, moves straight to the kitchen, lays her on the kitchen table as gently as possible. The bleeding's worse now. She's deep in shock. Her skin is ice cold, lips gray instead of blue now. Worse than blue. She's minutes from death. Nathan runs to the basement, his boots heavy on the wooden stairs, behind boxes of Lily's old toys and his ex-wife's belongings. Things he couldn't bring himself to throw away or donate, is a green military footlocker. Combination lock. He hasn't opened it since he left the Rangers 6 years ago. Since Sarah died. Since he decided to be just a dad, just a security guard, just a normal person trying to survive and raise his daughter. Tonight, he opens it. Inside, field surgical kit, trauma supplies, equipment he swore he'd never use again, hemostatic gauze, surgical clamps, sutures, local anesthetic, IV supplies, chest tubes, emergency cricothyrotomy kit. Tools that saved dozens of lives in forward operating bases and armored vehicles and buildings with no electricity, while enemy fire rained outside and men screamed and bled and died. He carries everything upstairs, spreads it on the counter. The woman's breathing is almost gone. Her pulse is barely there. He's losing her right now this second. "I don't know who you are," Nathan says to her unconscious form, "but I promised I'd keep you alive. So stay with me. I've seen worse. Way worse. You're not dying tonight. Not in my house, not on my watch." He washes his hands methodically at the sink. Hospital corners. Scrub technique from medical school. Pulls on sterile gloves from his kit. Cuts away the costume uniform and the expensive clothes underneath with trauma shears. Finds the injuries systematically. 3 broken ribs on the left side. He can feel the fractures, the unnatural movement. Deep laceration below the rib cage, still actively bleeding. Massive bruising across the entire abdomen that suggests severe internal bleeding. Spleen, maybe. Liver. Possibly both. Without imaging, without an OR, without proper equipment, he's operating completely blind. But he's operated blind before. In bunkers lit only by flashlights. In vehicles moving at 50 miles per hour through hostile territory. In buildings where the only light came from fires burning outside, and the only sound was enemy gunfire and men dying. This is just another day at the worst office in the world. Nathan works methodically. Years of training take over. His hands don't shake. They never shake during the actual work. Only after. Only when it's over and he has time to process what he's done. He packs the external wounds with hemostatic gauze, the kind that promotes rapid clotting, applies pressure, starts a clean IV line with actual normal saline from his kit, the real stuff, not poison disguised as medicine, monitors her vitals as best he can without proper equipment. Her pulse is weak, but starting to stabilize. Her breathing improves slightly. 2 hours later, she's stable. Barely. Her breathing is regular. Pulse is weak, but steady. The bleeding stopped for now. She'll live through the night. Maybe through tomorrow if infection doesn't set in. Maybe longer if she's strong and lucky, but she needs real surgery. Soon. Or none of this matters. Nathan collapses in a chair at his kitchen table, staring at this dying woman he's never met, trying to process what he's just done. His hands start shaking now. They didn't shake in Kandahar when he performed a field thoracotomy with a combat knife because they didn't have proper surgical tools and a 22-year-old kid was dying. Didn't shake when his wife hemorrhaged on the delivery table and he tried everything, every procedure he knew, and nothing worked. Didn't shake when he held his newborn daughter and realized he was suddenly both parents, completely alone. But they shake now, because this isn't a war zone, this isn't a hospital, this is his kitchen. The place where Lily eats breakfast and does her homework and practices spelling words. Where she feels safe. Where she's supposed to be protected from the terrible things in the world. And he just brought a war into it. His phone has 47 missed calls now. 28 voicemails. He listens to the first one, phone on low volume. "Nathan, this is Sheriff Jim Bowden. I need you to call me back immediately. We have a report you assaulted county paramedics and fled with a patient. Look, I'm sure there's an explanation. Just call me back. Let's figure this out together." Nathan deletes it. Listens to the next message. "Mr. Cross, this is Deputy Matthews from the Sheriff's Department. We need you to contact us immediately regarding an incident on County Road 9. This is a serious matter. Call us back." Delete. Next message. "Nathan." Sheriff Bowden again, but his voice is different now. Harder, more official. "Look, I've known you for 6 years. You're a good man, good father. But whatever's happening, whatever you think you're doing, you need to come in. Bring the woman to the hospital. Let us sort this out before it gets worse. Please, for Lily's sake." Nathan almost calls back. Jim Bowden is a good man. Honest, fair. One of the few cops Nathan actually respects. But if the people hunting this woman have the resources to stage an elaborate fake ambulance operation with professional killers dressed as paramedics, they probably have connections everywhere. Maybe local law enforcement. Maybe Bowden himself is compromised. Maybe not. Nathan can't risk it. Can't risk Lily. The next message is different. Not Sheriff Bowden. Not a deputy. That same smooth, cold voice from earlier. Mr. Cross, you made a very poor decision tonight. Let me clarify your situation so there's no misunderstanding. The woman you're protecting is Rebecca Hartley. She's legally dead. Has been for 3 days. Death certificate filed. Cremation completed. Which means you didn't kidnap a living person. You stole a corpse. That's grave robbing, Mr. Cross. A felony in Pennsylvania. Combined with assaulting emergency personnel and fleeing the scene, you're looking at 15 years minimum in state prison. Your daughter will be an adult, graduated college, married possibly, before you get out. Is that what you want for Lily? To grow up without a father? Nathan's jaw clenches so hard his teeth hurt. The voice continues, calm and reasonable. But I'm a reasonable man. I'm willing to make this all disappear. Bring Rebecca to the address I'm texting you. Walk away. Resume your normal life. Keep your freedom. Keep your daughter. Keep your future. Everyone wins except for one woman who's already legally dead anyway. You have until dawn to decide. After that, I make one phone call and Lily goes into foster care while you rot in prison. Your choice. The message ends. A text arrives immediately with an address. Industrial District, Warehouse Row. The kind of place where people disappear and nobody asks questions. Nathan deletes everything. He pulls out his laptop, searches the name. Rebecca Hartley. The results flood his screen immediately. Rebecca Hartley, CEO of Hartley Defense Systems, one of the largest military contractors in the United States. $3 billion in annual revenue. Government contracts for missile systems, armor development, drone technology, classified projects, Pentagon connections. And 3 days ago, she died in a tragic single-vehicle accident. Her car went off a cliff on a mountain road. The vehicle burned. Body was badly damaged but identified through dental records. Funeral held yesterday. Cremation, case closed. Everyone moved on. Except she's not dead. She's unconscious on Nathan's kitchen table, very much alive. He searches deeper, finds articles about Owen Hartley, Rebecca's younger brother, COO of Hartley Defense Systems, now acting CEO following his sister's tragic death. Quotes about honoring her legacy, about continuing her vision for the company, about how devastated the family is. Nathan pulls up photos of Owen Hartley. Mid-40s, expensive suit, practiced smile for the cameras. But his eyes are wrong. Cold, calculating, empty. The eyes of someone who sees other people as obstacles or tools, never as equals, never as human. Nathan's seen eyes like that before. On warlords in Afghanistan. On insurgent leaders who thought nothing of using children as suicide bombers. On men who would burn down the world if it meant getting what they wanted. The woman on the table groans softly. Nathan's at her side immediately, checking her vitals. Her eyes flutter open. Brown eyes. Sharp and intelligent, even through the pain and medication. Where am I? You're safe. My house. I'm Nathan Cross. I found you on County Road 9 about 4 hours ago. She tries to sit up. Pain flashes across her face. Nathan eases her back down gently. Don't move. You've got 3 broken ribs and severe internal bleeding. I've stabilized you, but you need real medical care, surgery. No hospitals. Her voice is weak, but absolutely firm. He owns them. Owns the doctors, the administrators, the security, the whole system. I go to a hospital. I'm dead within an hour. They'll make it look like complications, internal hemorrhage, medical accident. No one will question it. Who's he? My brother. Owen Hartley. I know. I looked you up. Rebecca Hartley, CEO of Hartley Defense Systems, except you're supposed to be dead. I was supposed to be. Rebecca coughs. Pain crosses her face. Owen tried to kill me 3 days ago. Cut my brake lines while I was driving to meet an FBI contact. Car went off a cliff on Route 6. 100-foot drop. I should have died instantly. But you didn't. I jumped. Last second before the car went over, broke my leg, crawled into the woods, watched my car burn with some other woman's body inside. He'd put a corpse in my trunk. Can you believe that? Watched him show up 20 minutes later to confirm I was dead. He saw the burning car and left. Thought he'd won. What happened to your leg? Set it myself. Makeshift splint. Survived in the woods for 2 days. Finally made it to a road. Stole this uniform from a donation box, trying to blend in. Was going to hitchhike to D.C., get to the FBI personally, but he found me anyway. His people are everywhere. They ran me off the road tonight, beat me, left me to die. She looks at Nathan with fierce intensity. But I can't die. Not yet, because of Emma. Your daughter. 15 years old, boarding school in Vermont. She thinks I'm dead. Owen has custody now, legal guardian. He's going to kill her, Nathan, to secure his inheritance. With me dead and Emma gone, Owen becomes sole heir to the company. $3 billion. No one to challenge him, no one to stop him. Nathan processes this. A billionaire conspiracy, professional killers, federal reach, and a teenage girl in the crosshairs. Why? Why kill his own niece? Because I found proof of what he's been doing. Owen's been committing treason for years. Selling classified defense contracts to foreign governments. Design specifications for missile systems to China. Armor technology to Russia. Drone systems to North Korea through intermediaries. Anyone who pays enough. He's made hundreds of millions in illegal sales. Maybe billions over the years. You have proof? Rebecca's hand moves slowly, painfully to her chest. She pulls out a small USB drive from inside her bra, hidden against her skin. Blood-stained but intact. Waterproof. Everything's here. Financial transactions, shell company records, audio recordings. But it's locked. Military-grade biometric encryption. It requires 2 physical authentications to decrypt. She looks at Nathan, her eyes desperate. It needs my fingerprint, and Emma's. Why Emma? Why a 15-year-old? Insurance. Owen is a monster, but he's smart. If it only needed my print, he could torture me, force my hand onto the scanner. But he needs both of us. I registered her biometrics last summer. She thought we were setting up new security protocols for her laptop. She has no idea she's the second key. Owen knows the drive exists, but he doesn't know she's the key. He only knows he needs me. Rebecca's voice breaks. She was supposed to come home for Thanksgiving next week. Now she thinks I'm in an urn on someone's mantle. And she has no idea Owen's planning to kill her before Christmas. Nathan takes the USB drive, examines it carefully. Professional encryption device. Military-grade hardware. This isn't amateur hour. What exactly do you want from me? Get Emma. Bring her here. We decrypt the drive together, go public with everything, destroy Owen before he can kill her. Simple. Nothing about this is simple. No, but it's necessary. Rebecca's eyes bore into his. I know what I'm asking. You have a daughter too. I heard you mention Lily on the phone. You understand. You'd do anything to protect her. That's all I'm asking you to do for Emma. Protect her. Because I can't. Not like this. Not dying in your kitchen. Nathan wants to say no. Every instinct screams to walk away. Call the FBI. Let them handle it. Keep his head down, stay safe, protect Lily by staying uninvolved. But he knows it won't work that way. The man on the phone made it clear. They know about Lily. They know where she is. They know everything, which means Lily's already involved, already at risk, already leverage. The only way to protect his daughter now is to end this threat completely. Fast, before Owen Hartley can use her against him. How do I get to Emma without Owen knowing? Rebecca's eyes light up with desperate hope. Ashford Academy, White River Junction, Vermont. She's in Hamilton House, dormitory room 237, but security's tight. Background checks, authorized guardian lists. Owen's already had himself added as Emma's legal guardian since my death. He could pull her any time. Can you get me authorized? Maybe. I still have access to some systems Owen doesn't know about. Offshore servers I set up years ago for exactly this kind of contingency. Before Owen pushed me out of operations, I built most of the company's cybersecurity infrastructure. I know how these systems work because I designed them. Then you know how to break them. Exactly. Rebecca tries to smile through the pain. Give me your laptop. 10 minutes. Nathan brings his computer to the kitchen table. Rebecca types with shaking hands, her breathing labored. Every keystroke clearly cost her, but she works steadily, professionally. Nathan watches over her shoulder. She's not just hacking. She's navigating through layers of security like she built every firewall herself. which she probably did. 23 minutes later, Nathan times it. She's finished. The screen shows Ashford Academy's internal database. Nathan Cross is now listed as Emma Hartley's authorized guardian. Emergency medical transport authorization. Approved by Rebecca Hartley, legal parent. Dated and time-stamped to look like it was filed months ago. That'll last maybe 12 to 18 hours before Owen's security team notices the intrusion. Maybe less if they're actively monitoring Emma's file. Get her and get out fast. Nathan grabs his go bag from the bedroom closet. Always packed. Old Ranger habit. Never know when you'll need to move fast. He adds extra cash from his emergency fund. $3,000 in 20s and 50s. Adds a burner phone still in the package. Adds his Sig Sauer P320 with 3 loaded magazines. If things go bad in Vermont, if Owen's people are waiting, Nathan needs to be ready for war. He stops at the doorway, looks back at Rebecca. She's barely conscious, fading fast. If something happens to you while I'm gone, I'll try very hard not to die. Rebecca's voice is weak. But if I do, the USB drive stays encrypted forever. Emma's the only other person who can open it. So you really, really need to get her. She's not just my daughter, she's the key to everything. And if Owen's people find you here, then you'll come home to an empty house and a crime scene. And Emma will be alone with a monster who murdered his own sister. Rebecca's voice is fierce despite her weakness. Don't let that happen, Nathan. Please. She's all I have left in this world. Nathan nods once. I'll bring her back. I promise. He walks out into the rain, climbs into his truck, and starts driving north. To Vermont. To a teenage girl who has no idea her mother's alive. To danger and conspiracy and billionaire killers. But also to the only chance of ending this and keeping Lily safe. The drive to Vermont is 8 hours. Nathan plans to make it in 6. He drives fast through the night, watches his mirrors constantly. No tails yet. But they're coming. Owen's people are professionals. They'll track credit cards, traffic cameras, cell tower pings, every digital footprint Nathan leaves. Nathan leaves none. Cash only. Burner phone powered off. He stops at a rest area off Interstate 91 at 3 a.m. Parks in the back near the RV section. Most drivers are asleep. Nathan walks casually through the lot until he finds what he needs. An RV with Montana plates. Out of state. Owner's probably asleep inside. Nathan has the plates off in 90 seconds. Swaps them with his truck's Pennsylvania plates. The Montana driver won't notice for days, maybe weeks. By then this will be over. One way or another. Not legal. Not even close to legal. But legal stopped mattering when he pulled a dying CEO from an ambulance full of assassins. Dawn breaks over the Green Mountains as Nathan crosses into Vermont. Beautiful morning. Crystal clear sky, fall colors spectacular. The kind of morning that makes you believe the world is good and safe and nothing bad could happen. Nathan knows better. His wife died on a perfect Tuesday afternoon. Sunny, 72 degrees, birds singing. Death doesn't care about the weather. Death comes whenever it wants. He stops once more for gas, pays cash at an ancient pump that doesn't require a card reader, buys coffee and protein bars from a vending machine. While the clerk's distracted with a delivery truck, Nathan checks local news on his phone. He's front page news now. Local man wanted for assault, kidnapping. His name, his photo, the one from his security job ID. Nathan Cross, 37 of Riverside, is wanted for questioning in connection with the assault of 3 paramedics and the abduction of a patient from an accident scene on County Road 9. Cross is a former Army Ranger and should be considered potentially dangerous. Anyone with information on his whereabouts should contact authorities immediately. Potentially dangerous. That's actually funny. Nathan's been dangerous for 20 years. The Army made sure of that. 3 tours in Afghanistan, 8 years learning how to kill people efficiently and keep other people alive under impossible circumstances. But he's never been a danger to innocent people. That's the line he won't cross. Though after tonight, he's not sure the law will see it that way. Nathan deletes his search history, destroys the phone's SIM card with his pocket knife, tosses it in a trash can. He's completely dark now. No electronic footprint. No way to track him except old-fashioned detective work. He reaches White River Junction at 9:47 a.m. Ashford Academy sits on 200 pristine acres of Vermont woodland. The main building looks like something from a movie about British boarding schools. Stone walls, ivy, clock tower, money dripping from every architectural detail. The kind of school where senators and CEOs send their children to learn how to be senators and CEOs. Tuition is probably more than Nathan makes in a year. Nathan parks a mile away on a public access road. Walks in. He's wearing his cleanest jacket, looking as presentable as possible. Just a family friend picking up a student for a personal emergency. Nothing suspicious, nothing threatening. The security checkpoint is at the main gate. 2 guards in a professional booth. Multiple cameras. Probably facial recognition software running in the background. Nathan approaches calmly, confidently, like he belongs here. "Morning, can I help you?" The guard is mid-50s, ex-military by his bearing. "Morning, Nathan Cross. I'm here to pick up Emma Hartley. There's a family emergency." The guard checks his computer, types Nathan's name, frowns slightly, types more. "You're on the authorized list, but this was added very recently. 3:47 a.m. this morning." "That's highly irregular, sir." "Mrs. Hartley was admitted to the hospital last night. Critical condition. She wanted Emma there as soon as possible." The guard's expression shifts. Confusion, concern. "Sir, I'm sorry, but Rebecca Hartley passed away 3 days ago. There was a funeral. We sent flowers from the school." That's what everyone thinks. Nathan keeps his voice steady, calm, reasonable. "But Mrs. Hartley's alive. She's in intensive care right now, fighting for her life, and she needs her daughter." The guard exchanges looks with his partner. "Sir, this doesn't make any sense." "I know it doesn't, but I'm telling you the truth. Rebecca Hartley is alive. The person they buried wasn't her. There's been a terrible mistake, maybe a misidentification. I don't know all the details, but Emma's mother needs her right now, and every minute we waste is a minute they don't have together." The second guard picks up a phone, speaks quietly. Nathan can't hear the conversation, but he sees the body language. Confusion, uncertainty, following protocols that don't quite fit this situation. The guard hangs up. "An administrator will escort you to the dormitory, but sir, if there's any problem..." "There won't be. I'm just here to pick up Emma." That's all. A woman in her 50s meets Nathan at the gate 3 minutes later. Stern expression, gray suit, administrator written all over her. She looks at Nathan like he's a problem that needs to be carefully managed. They walk across campus in uncomfortable silence. Nathan watches everything. Security cameras everywhere, tracking their movement across the quad. Too many. Owen's people could be monitoring right now, could be mobilizing. Nathan's hand stays close to his concealed weapon. They reach Hamilton House. Beautiful building, red brick, white columns, ivy climbing the walls, old money, privilege, safety, or the illusion of safety, anyway. The administrator knocks on room 237. "Emma, you have a visitor." The door opens. Emma Hartley stands there, 15 years old. Brown hair like her mother, falling past her shoulders. Same sharp, intelligent eyes. She's wearing jeans and a worn sweater, looking like any other teenager on a Saturday morning. Except for the weight in her expression, the shadow that grief leaves, the heaviness that comes from losing a parent. "Who are you?" Her voice is cautious, guarded. "Nathan Cross. I'm a friend of your mother's. We need to talk, privately. It's urgent." Emma looks at the administrator. "Is this approved?" "Your mother authorized it. Mr. Cross says there's a medical emergency." Emma's face closes down immediately. Walls go up. Defense mechanisms activating. "My mother's dead." Nathan pulls out his phone quickly, shows her the photo he took before leaving. Rebecca on his kitchen table. Unconscious but clearly alive. Medical equipment visible. Timestamp shows 8 hours ago. Emma stares. Her whole body goes rigid. She grabs the phone, zooms in on the photo, studies every detail. "That's not possible. We had a funeral. They cremated her. They cremated someone else. Your mother survived the accident, barely. But she's alive, Emma. She's hurt really bad, but she's alive. And we need to go. Right now. This is insane. This has to be some kind of trick." "It's not. Your mother said you'd understand. She mentioned a USB drive, encrypted files. She said it needs both of you, that you're the second key." Emma's eyes widen. Just for a second. Recognition. Fear. understanding. She knows exactly what Nathan's talking about, which means Rebecca told her the truth about Owen, about the treason, about everything. I don't know what you mean, but her voice wavers. Emma. Nathan lowers his voice, steps closer. Professional killers came for your mother last night. I stopped them, but there will be more. And now that they've lost her, they're coming for you. Your Uncle Owen tried to murder your mother. She survived. But you're next on his list. If we're still here when his people arrive, we're both dead. I can't force you to come with me. But your mother is dying, and she asked me to protect you. So I'm asking, do you trust her enough to trust me? Emma looks at the photo again. At her mother. Broken, bleeding, but alive. After 3 days of thinking she was dead. 3 days of grief and funerals and empty rooms and everything feeling wrong. Give me 2 minutes. I need to pack. We don't have 2 minutes. Then make time. She disappears into her room. Nathan waits in the hallway, every nerve on fire. The administrator checks her watch impatiently. Every second feels like an hour. Every sound could be Owen's people arriving. Emma returns 90 seconds later with a backpack. I'm ready. They walk toward the gate. Fast, but not running. Nathan's watching everything now. Every car in the parking lot. Every movement in windows. Every person they pass. His hand stays near his weapon. His combat instincts are screaming. Something's wrong. The air feels charged, dangerous. They're 50 feet from Nathan's truck when the black SUV pulls up fast. Tinted windows. 3 men exit in perfect synchronization. Suits, earpieces, military bearing. Professional operators moving with practiced efficiency. The lead man approaches with cold confidence. Mid-30s, athletic build, predator's eyes. Emma Hartley. Emma stops dead. Nathan steps between them instantly, positioning himself as a barrier. Can I help you, gentlemen? Agent Mitchell Collins, FBI. He shows credentials. They look real. Probably are real. Owen's reach extends into federal agencies. We need to speak with Miss Hartley regarding her family situation. Nathan's hand is already moving toward his weapon. She's a minor. You need parental consent for questioning. Her legal guardian is Owen Hartley. We have his authorization. Collins produces documentation. Official letterhead, federal seals, everything proper, everything legal, everything designed to make this look legitimate. Emma whispers, Nathan, I know. Stay behind me. Nathan doesn't move. His voice is steel. Here's the problem, Agent Collins. You're not conducting an interview. You're not following protocols for questioning a minor. You're extracting her. That's not FBI procedure. Mr. Cross. Collins' smile doesn't touch his eyes. I don't know what your relationship is to the Hartley family, but interfering with a federal investigation is a serious crime. Step aside, now. No. Collins reaches for Emma. Nathan moves faster, grabs Collins's wrist, uses the man's momentum against him. 3 seconds later, Collins is face down on the pavement, Nathan's knee in his back, the agent's arm twisted at an angle that makes struggling impossible. The other 2 agents draw weapons instantly. Federal agents, release him now or we will open fire. Behind them, the school. Students. Faculty, innocent people everywhere. Nathan pulls Emma behind his truck. Get down! Stay down! Gunfire erupts. But not from the agents. From behind them. From the tree line. Suppressed shots. Professional. More of Owen's people. The administrator screams. Students scatter. Windows shatter. This isn't a quiet extraction anymore. It's a full combat operation. War on a school campus. Nathan returns fire. 2 precise shots. 1 agent drops, hit in the shoulder, non-lethal but disabling. The other takes cover behind the SUV. Collins scrambles away, reaching for his weapon. Move! Now! Nathan drags Emma toward his truck. Throws her inside, starts the engine. The SUV blocks their path. Nathan shifts into reverse, rams it hard. Metal screams, glass shatters. The SUV moves enough. Nathan shifts to drive, accelerates hard. Bullets punch through his rear window. Emma screams, covering her head. Glass rains down everywhere. Nathan swerves hard left, cutting across the carefully manicured lawn toward a service road. The SUV tries to follow, but Nathan knows terrain. 8 years in mountain environments, Afghanistan, Georgia. He knows how to use landscape. He cuts onto a fire road. Trees close in on both sides, tight, narrow. The SUV's too wide, too heavy. It can't follow through the gap. Nathan navigates through dense forest, pine branches scraping his truck, emerging 3 miles later on a different highway. The SUV's gone. For now. Emma's shaking violently in the passenger seat, her whole body trembling. They tried to kill us. They shot at us. At school. With students everywhere. They tried to kill me. They want you alive. You're valuable to them. Why? Her voice is breaking. Because you're the only one besides your mother who can decrypt the evidence. They need your fingerprint to unlock the drive. They need you alive long enough to provide it. Then you're dead. Emma pulls out her phone with shaking hands. Nathan grabs it immediately, throws it out the window before she can protest. Hey, that's my phone. Tracked. Everything you own is compromised. Phone, laptop, smartwatch, everything. They've been monitoring you for days, probably weeks, listening to calls, reading texts, tracking your location. They know everywhere you've been, everyone you've talked to, everything you've searched online. We're completely dark from now on. Cash only. Burner phones, no electronic footprint whatsoever. This is insane. You keep saying that. Doesn't make it less true. Nathan checks mirrors constantly. Still clear, but they'll be looking. Roadblocks, police, more professional killers. There's food in the bag behind you. Granola bars, water bottles, eat something. We've got 6 hours back to your mother. Emma doesn't eat. She stares out the window at passing trees, her mind clearly racing. After 20 minutes of silence, she asks quietly, "Is my mom really okay?" "No." Nathan decides honesty is better than false comfort. She's hurt bad. 3 broken ribs, severe internal bleeding, possible punctured lung, infection starting. I've stabilized her with field medical care, but she needs real surgery, hospital-level care, the kind I can't provide. Then she's dying. Without proper medical intervention, she has maybe 48 hours. Probably less. Nathan's voice is flat, honest, clinical. We need to decrypt that USB drive, go public with the evidence, destroy your uncle's power. Then we can get your mom to a hospital under federal protection, but we need to move fast. What if we can't decrypt it in time? Then your mom dies and Owen wins. Nathan glances at her, so we better not fail. Emma starts crying, silent tears running down her cheeks. She turns toward the window, trying to hide it. Nathan feels like complete trash for being so blunt. But she needs to understand exactly what they're facing. Time matters. Every minute counts. Every decision has consequences. I'm sorry for being harsh, but you need to know the stakes. Emma wipes her eyes roughly. Tell me everything, what happened to her, all of it. So Nathan does. The car wreck on County Road 9, the fake paramedics with poison IVs, the surgery on his kitchen table with military field equipment, Rebecca's story about Owen's crimes, the treason, the foreign buyers, the hundreds of millions in illegal sales, the staged death, the conspiracy, the threats against Lily, every single detail. By the time he finishes 30 minutes later, Emma's not crying anymore. She's angry. Good. Anger is useful. Anger means she's ready to fight. I should have believed her. Emma's voice is fierce now. Mom told me about Uncle Owen 2 weeks ago, that he was stealing from the company, selling defense secrets, that he was dangerous. I thought she was being paranoid. She and Owen always fought about company direction. I thought it was just more family drama. Executives disagreeing. Her voice breaks. I told her she was imagining things, that she needed therapy, that she was stressed and seeing conspiracies where there weren't any. And the whole time, he was planning to murder her. You're 15. You're not supposed to recognize corporate treason. I should have trusted her. She's my mom. She's never lied to me. You can still help her. That's what matters now. They drive in tense silence. Hours pass. Pennsylvania, New York, New Jersey. Nathan stops once for gas at a rural station, pays cash at an ancient pump. Emma uses the restroom. Nathan watches for tails while she's inside. Nothing obvious. But Owen's people are out there. Professional hunters with unlimited resources. They'll be tracking, analyzing, predicting. When Emma returns, she looks more composed, more determined. What happens when we get to my mom? We decrypt the drive, upload the evidence to every major news outlet we can find, go public before Owen can spin it, force federal agencies to act fast. Then we get your mom to a hospital and into protective custody. What about you? And your daughter? Lily's safe with my sister. Hidden. No electronic trail. I'll collect her once this is over. Will it ever be over? Nathan doesn't answer immediately. Because he doesn't know. Men like Owen Hartley don't give up easily. They fight. They destroy. They eliminate problems permanently. Even from prison, Owen will have resources, connections, ways to hurt people. But Nathan can't think about that now. Right now, he needs to get Emma to Rebecca, decrypt the evidence, go public. Then worry about long-term survival. It's nearly dark when they finally reach Nathan's house. He parks in the garage, closes the door before they exit. Stay close. Don't touch anything. They enter through the kitchen. Rebecca's still on the table, still alive, barely. Her face is gray, fever-flushed, breathing shallow and rapid. But when she sees Emma, her whole expression transforms. Joy, relief, love. Baby. Emma runs to her mother. Mom! They embrace carefully. Emma's sobbing. Rebecca's crying. Nathan gives them space, checking Rebecca's vitals. They're worse than this morning. Pulse weaker, breathing more labored, fever higher, infections progressing. She's fading faster now. Mom, you look terrible. Thanks, sweetheart. You look beautiful. Rebecca touches Emma's face with shaking hands. I've missed you so much. I'm so sorry. For everything. For not being there. For putting you in danger. For dragging you into this nightmare. It's okay. I'm here now. We'll fix this together. Rebecca looks at Nathan over Emma's shoulder. Thank you. For keeping your promise. For bringing her home safely. Don't thank me yet. Owen's people found us at the school. Opened fire. They know Emma's with me. Which means they'll be coming here. Then we need to decrypt the drive, right now, before they arrive. Nathan hands Emma the USB. Can you do it? Emma plugs it into Nathan's laptop with trembling hands. A biometric prompt appears on screen. Requires two-factor authentication. Emma places her finger on the laptop's reader. The system beeps. Secondary key authenticated, awaiting primary key. Okay, Mom. Now you. Rebecca tries to press her thumb to the reader. Nothing happens. Nathan looks closely. It's not registering. Rebecca tries again, her hand shaking violently from the pain and fever. The scanner remains inert. Nathan examines her hand under the light. The fingers are pale, almost blue. It's the shock. The blood loss. Your circulation is too poor at the extremities. The scanner can't get a read. The tissue isn't conductive enough. Emma's voice cracks. No, we came all this way. It has to work. Nathan grabs clean towels, soaks them in warm water from the sink, and wraps Rebecca's hand, trying to stimulate blood flow. Try again. Rebecca presses her thumb down. Access denied. Biometric mismatch. It's not working, Emma whispers, tears welling. Mom, what do we do? Rebecca thinks, her mind fighting through the fog of pain. There's one other way. A fail-safe. It's a key deletion protocol. What does that mean? Nathan asks. It erases my biometric key. Permanently. It downgrades the security to a single key system, making Emma's key the only key. It's a last resort. How do you activate it? A verbal command, 20 words. The system has to hear my voice. Emma activates the voice prompt. Rebecca leans close, her voice a dry rasp, and speaks the 20-word phrase. The laptop screen flashes red. Warning! Primary key deletion initiated. This action is permanent. Re-authenticate secondary key to confirm. Emma presses her thumb to the scanner again. The screen turns green. Authentication successful. Files unlocked. Emma clicks the folder. It opens. Financial records. Encrypted audio files. Offshore accounts. Everything. We did it. Emma breathes, opening the master file. I can start uploading this to the FBI tip line, the media. It'll take time, Nathan says, checking the large file sizes, maybe 20 minutes. As she starts the upload, Rebecca groans, her body seizing. Okay, but we need help. I can't drive and protect both of you at the same time. Nathan pulls out his burner phone. There's only one person he trusts enough for this. Only one person with the skills they need. He dials. The phone rings 3 times. Hello? A woman's voice, tired but alert. Sarah, it's Nathan. Nathan Cross? Where the hell have you been? The news is saying you kidnapped someone and assaulted paramedics. They're calling you dangerous. Long story. Listen, I need help. Medical help. And I can't explain on the phone. Long silence. Nathan can hear her thinking, weighing options. Sarah's smart. Too smart to get involved in whatever mess this is, but they have history. Afghanistan, life and death history. Where are you? Home. Can you come? Is this legal? Not even a little bit. Dangerous? Extremely. Another pause. Longer this time. 20 minutes. And Nathan, this better be worth ruining my life over. It is. I promise. Sarah Kim arrives in 18 minutes. She's Korean-American, early 40s. Sharp eyes that miss absolutely nothing. Former army medic turned veterinarian. They served together in Kandahar province. She saved Nathan's life once when he took shrapnel in a firefight. Nathan saved hers twice. Once from an IED, once from an insurgent who got too close during a patrol. They're even. But more than that, they're friends. The kind of friends who don't talk for months but pick up like no time passed. She enters through the garage, sees Rebecca on the kitchen table, Emma beside her, Nathan standing guard with his weapon visible on the counter. So this is why you've disappeared. Sarah, meet Rebecca Hartley, supposed to be dead, actually dying, and her daughter Emma. Sarah approaches Rebecca professionally, examines her with practiced efficiency. Her expression grows darker with every assessment. Broken ribs, severe internal trauma, infection setting in. She needs surgery, not tomorrow, not in an hour. Right now. The files are uploading to the feds as we speak, but it's slow. She's dying, and Owen's people know we're here. I need you to keep her stable while we move, get her to a hospital so she has a chance, and buy that upload enough time to finish. Sarah looks at the laptop, the encrypted files, the USB drive. Emma's fearful expression. She pieces it together quickly. Always was smart. This is way above my pay grade, Nathan. Like stratospherically above my pay grade. I know, but I'm asking anyway, because you're the only person I trust who can do this. Sarah takes a deep breath, studies Rebecca's injuries more carefully, checks her vitals, calculates odds. I can stabilize her for transport, maybe, but she needs real surgical intervention within hours or she's dead. You understand that? I do. And you're asking me to risk my medical license, my veterinary practice, my career, possibly my freedom and my life for this woman I've never met? Yes. Sarah looks at Emma, 15 years old, terrified, trying to be brave. Then at Rebecca, dying, fighting for every breath, fighting to protect her daughter. You're going to get me killed. Probably. Fine. But you owe me big time after this. Already do. They work together. Sarah sets up portable monitors from her veterinary practice, better IV fluids, antibiotics that technically aren't approved for human use but work just fine. Penicillin is penicillin. She stabilizes Rebecca as much as possible given the circumstances. Rebecca's stable enough to move. Barely. We're taking my van, Sarah says. It has medical equipment. Better suspension than your truck. She needs as smooth a ride as possible. They carry Rebecca carefully to Sarah's veterinary van. Emma climbs in beside her mother, holding her hand. Sarah drives. Nathan rides shotgun, weapon ready, watching everything. The community hospital is small. Old building, limited security. They pull up to the emergency entrance at 11:17 p.m., Saturday night, probably busy with the usual weekend trauma, drunk drivers, domestic disputes, heart attacks. Perfect cover. "We need help," Nathan shouts as they wheel Rebecca inside on Sarah's veterinary gurney. Woman collapsed, internal injuries, critical condition. Staff rush out immediately with their own gurney. Load Rebecca. A young doctor appears, early 30s, tired, probably at hour 16 of a long shift. What happened? Car accident. Several days ago. She refused medical care, left the scene. Now she's critical. Internal bleeding. Infection. The doctor checks Rebecca's vitals quickly, his expression growing alarmed. She needs surgery immediately. Get OR prepped. Type and cross-match. Call the surgeon on call. Move, people, move. They rush Rebecca inside through double doors. Nathan grabs Emma's hand. Stay close to me. What are we doing? We're buying time. The files are still uploading from the van's hotspot. We need to keep your mom stable and draw Owen's men here to this hospital instead of the house. It's the only way the upload finishes before they find us. How long? Minutes. We just need minutes. They wait in the lobby. Nathan watches the entrance like a hawk. Every person who walks in could be Owen's. Every car that pulls up could be trouble. His hand stays near his weapon. Sarah sits with Emma, trying to keep her calm. Your mom's strong. She's a fighter. She'll make it through this. She shouldn't have to fight this hard. None of this should be happening. No, but it is. So we deal with what's real, not what should be. 20 minutes pass. Nathan's about to go check on Rebecca when his burner phone rings. Unknown number. He almost doesn't answer, but something makes him. Mr. Cross. Owen Hartley's voice. That same smooth, cold tone. Calm, reasonable, terrifying. I have to admit, I'm impressed. You've survived longer than I expected. Most men would have died on County Road 9, but not you. You're proving to be more resourceful than anticipated. Nathan doesn't respond. Lets Owen talk. But this ends now. My dear sister is currently being wheeled into surgery at Riverside Community Hospital. I have people en route. They'll be there in approximately 8 minutes. You can stay and die heroically, or you can run and live to see your daughter again. Your choice, Mr. Cross. But choose quickly. The clock is ticking. The line goes dead. Nathan grabs Sarah and Emma immediately. We need to leave, right now. What about my mom? She's in surgery. Federal protection will be there soon. We can't help her if we're dead. Nathan, I'm not leaving her. Emma, your mother asked me to protect you. That's what I'm doing. If we stay, Owen's people kill us all. If we leave, she has a chance. Trust me. They run for the van. Behind them, sirens approaching, multiple vehicles. Nathan sees the black SUVs pulling into the parking lot. Go! Go now! Sarah floors it. They race out of the parking lot as gunfire erupts behind them. Not aimed at them, aimed at the hospital, at staff, at patients, at anyone who might be protecting Rebecca. Owen's people aren't trying to be subtle anymore. This is scorched earth. They drive for 30 minutes at dangerous speeds. Pull off at an abandoned gas station in the middle of nowhere. Nathan's phone rings again. Different number this time. He answers cautiously. Mr. Cross, this is Deputy Inspector General Rachel Torres, Department of Justice, National Security Division. Professional voice. Authoritative. Female. We have Rebecca Hartley in federal custody. She's in surgery as we speak, protected by federal agents. Your daughter Lily is also in protective custody at a secure location. She's safe. You and Emma Hartley need to come in. Now, before more people get hurt. How do I know you're legitimate? Because if I wasn't, Mr. Cross, you'd already be dead. I'm sending coordinates to your phone. A federal agent will meet you at this location. Come alone or bring Emma Hartley and Dr. Kim. Your choice. But come now. We have Owen Hartley's operation under surveillance. We're ready to move. But we need your testimony and Emma's to make charges stick. Come in. Let us finish this. The call ends. Coordinates arrive via text message. Nathan looks at Sarah. This is where we part ways. You've done more than enough. Thank you for everything. You're not getting rid of me that easily. I've come this far. I'm seeing this through to the end. Sarah, don't argue, just drive. They drive to the coordinates, an abandoned warehouse 2 hours north, middle of nowhere. Federal agents surround them as soon as they arrive, but not hostile. Protective, professional. Deputy Inspector General Rachel Torres meets them inside. She's everything her voice suggested. Mid-50s, sharp suit, severe expression, eyes that miss nothing. Power radiates from her. Mr. Cross, Miss Hartley, Dr. Kim, you've had quite a night. Is my mom okay? Emma asks immediately, desperately. She's in surgery at Walter Reed Medical Center in D.C. Best trauma surgeons in the country, protected by federal agents. The preliminary prognosis is cautiously optimistic. She's strong. She's fighting. Emma collapses into a chair, sobbing with relief. Torres continues. The evidence you and Emma Hartley uploaded is in federal custody. The moment those files hit our secure servers, my division was authorized to move. We have everything: financial records, communications, audio evidence. We were monitoring Hartley's illegal activities, but we lack the direct proof you provided. Everything we need to prosecute Owen Hartley is in that drive. You're moving on him? Nathan asks. Right now, as we speak, FBI is raiding Hartley Defense Systems headquarters. Owen Hartley is being arrested on multiple charges: treason, espionage, attempted murder, conspiracy to commit murder, fraud, money laundering. His assets are being frozen. His co-conspirators are being rounded up simultaneously across 3 states. He's done, Mr. Cross. Finished. Nathan can barely process it. It's over? The immediate crisis is over. The legal process is just beginning. But yes, you and your daughter are safe. Emma and her mother are safe. Owen Hartley will spend the rest of his life in federal prison. You did it. Emma collapses into Sarah's arms, sobbing. Not from fear this time. From relief. From exhaustion. From surviving. Nathan just stands there, trying to make his brain catch up with reality. After 36 hours of running and fighting and keeping people alive, it's finally over. Torres approaches him. The Bureau will need extensive debriefing from all of you, but first, she opens a door. Would you like to see your daughter? Nathan's heart clenches. She's here? Next room. Been asking about you nonstop. Nathan walks through the door on shaking legs. Lily's there. His sister Karen is with her, looking exhausted and worried. Lily sees him and runs. Dad! He catches her, holds her tight. She's crying. He's crying. Karen's crying. Everyone's crying. I was so scared, Lily whispers into his shoulder. I know, sweetheart. I'm so sorry. But it's over now. We're safe. I promise. Really promise? Not just saying it. Really promise. They hold each other while federal agents work around them. While Emma video calls her mother in the hospital. While Sarah gives her statement. While the world keeps spinning. 2 weeks later. Nathan stands at Rebecca Hartley's hospital bedside at Walter Reed. She's recovering. Still weak, but improving every day. Emma sits beside her, holding her hand, not letting go. Thank you, Rebecca says to Nathan. For everything. You saved my life. You saved Emma's life. You brought down Owen and his entire operation. You risked your daughter for mine. That's something I can never adequately repay. You don't need to. I want to. I've been thinking about what to offer you. Money seemed insulting. You didn't do this for money. A job seemed presumptuous. You have your own life. Then Emma suggested something better. What? Emma smiles. Family. Nathan's confused. I don't understand. Rebecca leans forward carefully. You're a single dad raising a daughter alone. I'm a single mom who almost died. Emma needs people in her life who understand what we went through, who know what trauma looks like, who get it. And you need the same. So we help each other. 2 families who survived hell together. We raise our kids together, support each other, be there when things get hard, not romantically, just as family, as friends, as survivors. That's incredibly generous, but I don't need charity. It's not charity, Nathan. It's family. You're part of ours whether you formally accept it or not. You earned that, but I'd like to make it official. Nathan looks at Emma. She's watching him hopefully. He thinks about Lily, having Emma as a friend, as an older sister figure, having Rebecca as someone who understands single parenthood and trauma and survival. Okay, but I keep my independence. I'm not living off anyone. I wouldn't dream of suggesting it. But actually, I do have a proposition. How would you like to work for me? Head of personal security for Hartley Defense Systems. You'd train my security team, develop protection protocols, manage risk assessment for the entire company. It pays very well. Flexible hours so you'd still have plenty of time for Lily. And you'd be helping me rebuild the company into something legitimate. Something good. Nathan considers it. That's actually perfect. Then welcome to Hartley Defense Systems, the new version. We're rebuilding it from the ground up, making it into something worth believing in. Rebecca extends her hand. Nathan shakes it. Welcome to the family, Nathan Cross. 3 months later. Nathan's life is transformed. He works for Hartley Defense, rebuilding security infrastructure from scratch. The company's thriving under Rebecca's leadership. She's fierce, brilliant, determined to make it the most ethical defense contractor in America. But more than work, Nathan's found community, family. Rebecca helps with Lily when Nathan travels for work. Emma babysits sometimes, teaching Lily guitar and art and all the things big sisters teach little sisters. They have family dinners every Sunday, movie nights, holidays together, birthday parties where two families blend into something bigger and better. It's not perfect. Nathan still has nightmares about County Road 9, still sees Rebecca bleeding in the rain, still wakes up thinking Owen's people are coming. But therapy helps. Having people who understand helps more. One evening, Nathan picks up Lily from Rebecca's house. Emma's in the living room teaching Lily a new song on guitar. They're laughing, playing terribly, having the best time. Rebecca walks Nathan to the door. She's really good with kids. Emma. Yeah, natural teacher. Lily's lucky to have you as a father. I'm lucky to have her. And lucky to have you, all of you. Rebecca's quiet for a moment. I've been thinking about what you said. That night you found me. You told me to stay alive, that you'd seen worse, that I wasn't dying that night. I remember. You were right. Not just about surviving, about living. I was so focused on fighting Owen, on revenge, on the company, that I forgot what actually mattered. Emma, family, life itself. She smiles. You reminded me what's worth fighting for. You did the same for me. I was hiding, isolating, protecting Lily by keeping everyone at arm's length. You showed me that's not protection. That's just another kind of prison. We saved each other. Yeah, we did. Lily and Emma emerge from the living room, still laughing. Nathan scoops up his daughter. Ready to go home. Can Emma come over tomorrow? She's teaching me a really cool song, if she wants to. Emma nods enthusiastically. Definitely. I'll bring my guitar. They drive home through quiet streets. Lily falls asleep in the back seat, her stuffed rabbit clutched tight. Mr. Hops, with his missing button eye. Nathan carries her inside, tucks her into bed. She mumbles something about music and friends before drifting off completely. Nathan walks to his bedroom. His old army uniform still hangs in the closet. Medals and ribbons from another life. Reminders of who he was. But he doesn't need reminders anymore. He knows exactly who he is now. A father, a friend, a protector. Not because of training or medals or military service. Because he chose to stop on County Road 9. Because he chose to help a dying woman when everyone else would have driven past. Because he chose to protect a scared teenager. Because he chose to never leave someone fallen. And those choices changed everything. Tomorrow, he'll train Rebecca's security team. He'll review protection protocols and risk assessments. He'll have dinner with his extended family. He'll help Lily with homework and listen to Emma's stories about school. Tomorrow, he'll live. Not just survive, live. And that's enough. That's everything. And that's a wrap on this story. But you know, the conversation doesn't have to end here. Let us know down below what part of the world this reached today, and maybe one word that says how it made you feel. It's incredible to think we're creating this sort of map of emotions together. What we're trying to do here is build a home for stories that actually matter. Stories about getting back up, about forgiveness, and that quiet kind of strength. If you want to help us build it, a subscription and a simple like goes a very long way. It tells the world that these stories are wanted, and it helps them travel to places we could never reach alone. I'm just so grateful you chose to spend your time here. Until we meet in another tale, try to be the kindness you want to see out there.